The Leadership Greater Hartford Leadership Polaris Award honors an individual who demonstrates exemplary leadership through significant positive impact on others and works to break down barriers to help create a more just and caring community. This year, the Leadership Polaris Award is proudly presented to Thea Montanez.
I first met Thea about a dozen years ago, and it was when she was the president of the board of the Hartford Public Library, and I was a newly appointed board member. Thea is extraordinary. There are not many Theas in this world. You know, there are people who are brilliant. There are people who can see around corners and anticipate problems. There are people who care deeply about their community and care deeply about the most vulnerable in those communities. There are not many people who can do all those things, and Thea can do all those things.
There were many things that I was a part of and I worked on during my time with the City of Hartford. I think one of the issues I was most passionate about was criminal justice reform. I've talked publicly about my cousin, who at the age of 12 was arrested for stealing a toy, and he never left the system. And, you know, as a child, I remember, you know, accompanying my mother and my grandmother trying to figure out how to support him. And I remember how that felt. I remember the way we were treated and mistreated. And it certainly, you know, has been another source of inspiration for me and my decision to work in local government, you know, never wanting any person or any family to have to experience, you know, what feels like disrespect, you know, treating everyone with dignity despite their circumstances.
I was incarcerated at the age of 17, and I served 20 years in prison. And I was incarcerated with her cousin, Eddie Berto, and he just talked about his amazing cousin nonstop. Like, I was in the halfway house, and they brought me my first pair of sneakers. So, like, she invited me to Thanksgiving dinner. She was just a constant throughout my journey. As one of, you know, Thea's crown jewels, you know, the reentry center. There wasn't anything like that, not in Hartford, but not in the state. Nowhere in the state was there a hub. Returning is a very hard process because of how we view incarceration. So you don't come home with resources, you don't come home with knowledge. And a lot of people rely on the reentry center. It wasn't there when I came home. However, she was very much a part of my reentry. And so, you know, she was very thoughtful about my return. And I'm not from Hartford, so I'm from New Haven, and just having small interactions with her made it easy for me to decide to take a shot on a new beginning in a new city. Thea's a powerhouse, so she's gonna move. But as she moves with that same energy and force, she's looking to give back and change things.
When I think about what was most meaningful to me about my work at the City of Hartford was the fact it never felt like work. It was more of my healing practice. And so, you know, being able to be in a position where I can help and again, try to prevent families from having to experience that trauma really, again, has been a way of helping me heal.
Thea is like a superhero. She has an insane amount of passion that is dangerous because it's coupled with brilliance, right? Like, she's not just passionate, she's actually brilliant. I don't think there's anything she can't do.
I think Thea is an inspiration to so many people who know her, who interacted with city government, who've worked with her, because as smart as she is, as incredibly skilled as she is, she always led not just with her head, but with her heart, and you knew it. You can't work with Thea or listen to Thea or see her do that work without seeing the heart that guides it.
So when I think of leadership, for me, leadership is an act of love. I have always tried to lead with my heart, with my values. I've never necessarily been comfortable with being referred to as a leader. You know, for me, it's just something that I have felt called to do. It is very much in my mind been, again, a privilege, but it also, for me, you know, I feel we all have a duty to take care of each other. And so, you know, it's always just been an act of love. Receiving the LGH Leadership Award is so meaningful, especially at the end of my career. I will say when I received the call, I was really surprised. It was a great feeling to know that the work that I did mattered. Again, sometimes you are so in it that you don't lift your head up to realize the impact that it had.
At LGH, we define leadership as giving the best of yourself to the work of the team and helping others to do the same. Thea, throughout your career, you have exemplified this, especially in your roles with the city for these past 8 years. Thank you for inspiring others to give the best of themselves to our community and for your unwavering belief in and commitment to our capital city. We are honored to recognize you with the 2024 Leadership Polaris Award.